Hello. I lied. I said I was going to play this again in the morning, but instead of going to bed and just spending my time thinking about it in bed, I am instead thinking about it by playing the game. So I really want to think about this. I'm wondering if what happened to this guy is that he was actually amputated. And instead, because remember, he fell maybe... Man, I want to go back and look at... I want to go back and look at that scene. It's so frustrating that I don't know the answer to this one, because I feel like it should be fairly evident what the cause was. And again, I'm ignoring like the notion that there's like time pressure in this game. I'm imagining that there really isn't. Because if there is, that'd piss me off. That wouldn't be fun. That would just be an arbitrary limitation to your the time that you can spend in this game. Shoot, where the fuck is this guy's leg? It's like in the corner somewhere. Over here? Is it downstairs? Like all the way downstairs? No, right? Oh no, it is. It is all the way downstairs. I feel like there's something missing here. Like his leg gets cut off.
Keep pressure here.
Keep pressure here. Hold him down. What madness is this? 20 years my certain and never doubt in your sanity. Explain yourself. And this is the steward.
20 years, my steward. I've never a doubt on your sanity. Explain yourself. Those are ghastly beasts carrying a curse. Lord back, your doom was all.
I'm wondering if he was actually killed by the doctor. But he's got, like, this sword. I think it may have been the doctor. Amputated by the doctor. So actually, instead, I'm going to say it was the surgeon. I don't think this was an intentional killing. I feel like it must be... It's not really killed by the sword, though. But the sword is what cut off his leg. Because I think what happened is he's like, it's... I don't know, man. Do we know anything about this guy? Yeah, that's where he dies. He sees the guy die from the cargo. Wait, it's moved from here to here? What does that mean? Loose cargo 1. Loose cargo 2. It's the same memory. Wait. This soul was killed by... Or, this soul was crushed by falling cargo. Make way coming through. Oi, wait, no, down below. Or, Orlop stern neath the tiller. Lower away. But then what happened in this memory? Oh, right. Wish there was a faster way to leave memories. Is there a way to do that? I was trying to swap to that memory. There's an easy way to do that. Yeah, that's the guy who got, like, crushed. I feel like, is it going to be counted as falling down the stairs that killed him? First memory is 14. Where he's just asleep? Potentially, or playing a game. Why would this guy be easier? Oh, maybe he's Russian. And he's one of the two Russians that were playing. I mean, I'm just clicking these to see if anything happens. John Davies was killed with a sword by Henry Evans, the surgeon. I just don't think that's entirely true, but... Don't know who this guy is. He's in 5 memories, the first of which is this one where he's just asleep, which is in the Orlop deck. Who typically lives in the Orlop deck? Orlop deck. Mid deck above the lowest deck, containing storage cabins, animal pens, and the ship's steering tiller. Midshipman is... No. Topman is higher rated seaman. Above deck. So the guy who died from the electricity is a topman at the very least. I think that is Unholy Captives. Or I guess it's this one. Top men. Let's look at all of the top men. I think he might be Chinese. I'm making that entirely off of his appearance. Making that assumption off of his appearance. And the fact that he is a topman. Like he's part of the rigging. Could be Persian. Could be unknown. But I do think that he is one of the top men. If we do this, we could do... He might also be a top man. Lars Lind is a seaman. This guy might also be a seaman. What's going on? Come on, boss. Hey, catch. This guy's probably English then. Do you have an English topman? Scottish. Also Lewis Walker topman English. He could be Scottish too. Say back, it's already done for Nick. Or it's already done for Nick. There's another Nick. Did we determine who that was? I think we did. It's this guy, Nicholas Botterill. He's the one who died. And he was a topman, which makes me think that this guy's also probably a topman, which makes me think the way that he's talking, he's either English or Scottish. What's he say? Come on, boss. What's going on? Hey, catch. I think I'm going to say that he's the Englishman. Yeah. We're going to say that that's him. This guy. I don't think I have enough to go off of for that guy quite yet. There's just screaming with this guy. But he's in the group with these three. This guy has 14 memories. It's crazy. Let's try more of this. Let's just like swap between them to see if we get a confirmation somehow. Doesn't seem like it quite yet. Could swap this with the Scott. And then try this again. Yeah, there's no way to know. Again, this is like a bold assumption that I'm making, based entirely off of his like facial hair. I'm kind of just being... I'm making prejudiced deductions. I feel kind of awkward making these assumptions, but... He also is wearing similar outfit attire to the other people. We could have two people apparently signed the same fate, like the same name. I feel like we're not certain that he's necessarily a topman either. Like, we don't know anything about this guy, like, distinctly, truly. Alright. This unknown soul was electrocuted. Mainsail hauled up, secure the braces and lower the topsail. Work fast, the wind is alive. So this guy's definitely a topman. We could just go up the list and see if something happens. We've already done all of them. Persian and then the unknown topman. So we don't have enough going for us yet. This guy also... We're assuming that he's a topman. Oh no, I made him a Russian based off of the card game that he may have been in previously. I need to see who he is hanging out with in this group. This is the two people. So this guy is the one that had the pipe, I'm pretty sure. He's there, and then he's in part 3. I think this is where he falls overboard. Oh, Hagen, you're still breathing. Can you row? Right. Is this Patrick O'Hagan or is this Patrick O'Hagan? No, this is the guy who knows how to speak the same language that the people from Mosa can speak. Which makes me want to give him... There we go. We knew that was a guarantee. We knew that he could speak the same language that they had, and then Patrick O'Hagan was the guy who got stabbed. Okay. Which means now... let's look again at the calling. This guy, we don't still know who he is. If he is Itbang or Haksang. We don't know who this is either. What memory is this one? I don't even remember this one. On your toes, boys. How can you do this? Load her up. We best be off. Let me go. Let me go back up there. Oh, how do I leave this memory? Because that's the second mate leaving the ship with the crate. Do I know who this is? I don't think so. Alright, we're gonna go top deck, and we're gonna go look at the murder that took place here. Oh yeah, this guy got killed. Right. This unknown soul was killed by the second mate. Hello, who is there? Is that someone hurt? Signor Nichols, is that you? I'm guessing this guy's Italian then. There's only one Italian. So that's what I'm guessing. Is that who? That's who this is. Oh yeah, we know that this is one of the Formosan men. We should look at this memory again to see who shot him. To see if we can determine that. Oh. I forgot, this said it. Right. Okay, so that means we can go to this one. Was not him. It was Itbengsia. This is Itbengsia. And then we can, I think, draw a conclusion based off of these. It could be the third mate. It could be the fourth mate. Maybe even the first mate. Second mate. We need to see that memory before we can make a deduction. Yeah. This guy's apparently easy to identify. And I'm guessing it's because... yeah. This is the only memory that he's in. And I'm guessing that, like, you're supposed to make the deduction that this guy's Italian. And there's nobody else who's Italian, I don't think. And I don't think there's anybody else who would use Signor as a... yeah. Yeah, I think this is an easy deduction. Do we know who this guy is? Right. We know that it's one of the Indian crew members. We can just see if we already have. Yep, we do. Okay. That's 3 more. We're at 25%. Okay. So, a bitter cold. What did we learn about the other two men? Crushed. Oh, and then this guy. Okay. So we finished all of the people in chapter 2. Chapter 1, though. Who is this guy? Who is he hanging out with? Some people playing cards. This guy was spiked. Let's do... Okay, we solved this one. Who is this guy? Okay. He got knocked out. Yeah. Alright, we can leave. We're gonna review the execution and see if we can determine who shot him.
You have been found guilty by
it's this guy.
Of the murder.
Oh, this is the one of the guys that dies the very last.
As captain of this ship.
So this guy. He's in 17 memories, the first of which is here. He's one of the 4... Let me read this one. Let me read the transcript of this. He's captain of the ship and by the authority. Thus, Mr. Wolf, when you're ready. This is Mr. Wolf.
I sentence you to death by
6 memories. Perished in this one. Oh. So this is the gunner. And what happened to him? He got shot by a cannon. Oh, not a gun. Shot by a cannon.
firing line.
So I guess these are the gunners?
When you are ready.
Right, sir.
Wait. What did that say? Knifed our Whittlerill. Right. Okay. This guy might be a gunner. Who are our gunners? We don't have people exclusively named gunners. Olus Waiter, the gunner's mate. They're both wearing the same kind of hat. The escape. What's all this, you damn fool? Oh, I really want to remember what that is, but I don't. I think this is the second mate, right? Is there a way to, like, go to that picture from here? Yeah, this is the second mate. I'm guessing then that this is captain, this is the first mate. Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay. So then, let's see. I want to go back to murder. He was not killed by the second mate. He was killed by this guy. Because the rest of them miss. This guy is in the final confrontation. And I'm guessing that this is then the third mate. We don't know anything about him. I think this is the third mate, Martin Perrot. Okay. Captain, first mate, second mate. I think this might be... I'm gonna guess that he actually is the gunner's mate. I don't remember how he dies. He's shot. Enough. The captain can't be trusted. You have a plan? Yes, we take the ship and sail east. Trade wretched fish and shells for gold. Huh? Who's there? Mutiny. Fresh bastard. By someone loyal to the captain. I think this guy. I'd need to go and see this again. Alright, but... yeah, I think... well, I don't know. Who's this guy again? This is the second mate. This might not be the gunner's mate, then. I think the second mate's Stewart is who this is. Because he's closely associated with him. I'm guessing that this is the... oh, wait, no. The third... who are you again? This is the third mate. No, the first mate. The first mate. So, first mate Stewart. This guy... was knifed. So my guess is that then he's the second mate's Stewart. Where did he die in this one? In the escape. He gets stabbed. Paul Lookout. This guy's Paul, I guess? Paul? Do we know who Paul is? Paul Moss. The first mate's Stewart. Last one. Oh, you'll not take the boat. Paul, look out. Stop. Let them go. No, damn. Who did I say was the first Paul Moss? This guy's being Paul Moss? Oh, wait. Hold on. This is the first mate. And the guy standing next to him, I don't think is his Stewart, actually. Yeah, we'll get rid of that one. He may be the gunner's mate. I feel like that might be more likely. Just because they have similar hats, I actually don't know. I don't know who this guy is. I think I'm gonna get rid of anything. Just gonna do unknown. But this guy is the second mate. He was seen with this guy a lot. So I'm guessing that this is the second mate steward, which means this guy is the first mate steward. And his name is Paul. Which makes sense. So where was that? Here we go. Paul Moss. He was stabbed by someone. Which we can find out. Is this guy dressed the same? Yes. So this is probably the third mate steward. If I were to guess from how these are all set up. These all have like the same outfits. And so then this is the fourth mate steward. Is what I'm going to guess. Because these guys are all dressed the same. But this guy... It's interesting. I don't know who this guy is. The helmsman is an interesting question, too. Why are these still... Oh, right. No, that makes sense. I don't think a seaman would be elected to shoot. He wouldn't be trusted with a gun. Have I seen him before? He escaped. Who's this guy? Clubbed by an unknown attacker during the escape. With 3 others present. We still really don't know who this guy is, which is a problem. But we can probably figure it out. Okay, let's think. He's in a lot of fucking memories. Yeah, he's in 17 memories. He's in this memory. Okay. We based that assumption that he was Chinese. So we figured out the stewards. Okay. Based off of their attire. So I think I'm correct about all the other ones. Let's go back. I don't remember this one. Like, what happens here? The corpse was moved post-mortem. This is no. This is a different guy. He's in 2 memories, that's it? First memory is which one? He's probably just asleep. Okay. We can go back down there and determine which of the Russians is speaking. But this guy is, like, so important to figure out. So let's go to when he dies. He gets shot. Where are they? Must be in here someplace. They're at the bottom of the sea. That's a lie. Maybe he's one of the bosun people because he would be aware of the contents of the ship. Oh, we can also figure out who the carpenter is. Maybe it's better to just start eliminating people by like assigning them the roles. Look at this chicken. All right, let's actually go. I think I need to eliminate some more people from the list before I make that conclusion. Did we figure out who this is? Yes. Ooh. This is perfect. Can I see this guy? Yes, he's also a topman. All of these people are. This is the guy with the yeah, so this is also a topman. So let's see. We're gonna say he's the Persian. Oh no, we're gonna say he's the Persian, actually. I know. Again, I'm making bold assumptions. I apologize. What memories do we have? Disappeared in the Doom. I mean... Okay, this is the guy with the... Okay, hold on. I think he might be another one of the Chinese top men. He also escaped. Seven wayward souls disappeared during the events of this chapter. Their fates are cataloged here. We don't really know what happens to them. I really shouldn't assign this guy this then. Because we don't know. We also don't know if this is the Persian. Yeah. Who else could it be, though? Let's look at the other top men. New Guinea, Russian. He's probably not Chinese. He could be Persian. He could be the unknown top men. New Guinea? Could be. What can we learn about this attire? He's probably a midshipman. We're just gonna see if I have enough to... Yeah, we don't, but that's okay. That's my guess. This Captain Wolf was blasted by an unknown attacker. We can go figure out... Well, let's... So these are the top men. This is the... Is this the guy with the... No. Okay. Do we know what happens to him? Oh. No. So this is another one of the top men. And he gets decapitated. So we're gonna say he is him for now. Is this the captain? No, we don't know who this is. Shot by a gun by an unknown attacker during the escape. He's also playing cards. Is he one of the Russians? That's my guess. Is that he's the Russian who's accusing the other guy of cheating. Who's the other Chinese top men? So these two, I think we've identified as one or the other. So we'll go ahead and assign them both of those. That's... Who's this one? I think that's the Persian we said, potentially. Can I see him from up here? Is there an angle that I can get on this guy? Who's this guy? I don't even remember who he is. Oh, this is a completely different part of the story. Lars Lind is clubbed by an unknown guy. You thought I'd forget? You killed my brother. Oh yeah, we decided that he was from Denmark because he's the Dane. How's that? There's no cause for trouble, boys. Get in the boat. Thought I'd forget you killed my brother. What? That was an accident. The ropes. Oh. Okay, I think we're looking for somebody who has the same last name. Like, shares some last names. So let's look. This is gonna... We're just gonna have to, like, really pay attention. Okay. Was Naples... They'd probably be the same nationality, too. Since they're brothers. Wolf, maybe? Peters. Yeah, Nathan Peters and Samuel Peters. So... Hold on. Sorry. I know that was unpleasant to see. Nathan Peters and Samuel Peters. Clear the... Where was that one? Do we know anything about that guy? I guess not. A hideous monster perished simultaneously with a brave but unfortunate soul. Was clubbed by an attacker. Let me on. Okay, so then this guy was killed by either Samuel Peters or Nathan Peters. My guess was Nathan. So I think Samuel Peters is the one that got crushed underneath the cargo. Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. So now we're going to go to chapter 1. And we're going to say that the guy that was killed by the falling cargo is Samuel Peters. Because he died and his brother enacted revenge. And we think that he was killed by Lars. This guy we don't know. So we're pretty confident that 1 is done. 2 is done. 3 is what? We still don't know. It's definitely not this guy. So we'll just do unknown. This guy is one of the top men. He's up here, isn't he? Isn't this him? No. Then who am I thinking of? This guy. He is one of the top men. Because we think we're assuming that based off of where he's standing. This is one of the last people that was killed, too. The end. Because he's hanging out with the other top men. This unknown officer we think is the Persian topman. This guy, also one of the top men. Who else could it be? Yeah, so we know who he is for sure. We're saying that this is Wei Li. And then who was this guy? The first memory we have is when he's probably just asleep. Or was he? I feel like I need to go back to the card game. Let's go do that. Oh, wow. The card game was on this deck. And I think this corpse is going to reveal it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it wasn't these. So, stop your cheating. We don't know who that is. I think he's the one that's saying to this guy, stop your cheating. We decided that he was Russian. But also a topman. I don't know why we decided that. I think that he might be a seaman, actually. We don't know which of these two it is. Because I'm thinking they are friends. So this guy would not be speaking in Russian to him if he did not know that he spoke Russian. They also look pretty, well, I know. Don't take this the wrong way, but they look similar. They could be almost related. So I think we're going to say that these are the two Russians. He was shot with a gun. Where did he get shot? Let them go. We'd have to go and look at that. And then who's this guy? Interesting. Disappeared in the calling. This is the guy with the pipe. I'd have to go back to the capsized moment for that. But why? I don't remember why I came back here exactly. He disappeared in the calling. He's the one that's on... Oh, he's this one. And then this is the other guy that he's playing cards with. Who also goes missing. Okay. I'm just gonna leave. This wasn't as helpful as I'd hoped it would be, I think. Okay. Which one was I also thinking about looking at? I think this is the sick guy. I think these are the decapitated guys. It's the guy who gets killed by the crab. This guy falls and breaks his neck. Let's look at this one again. He's in 8 memories. Oh yeah, I wanted to see about the carpenter. Don't think he's a topman. He might just be a passenger. And they might be married. What other passengers are there? Emily Jackson, Miss Jane Bird. She shot and killed someone. I remember that. These are the two women. Like the only other two women. This guy's wearing an apron. The captain's steward. Are we certain about this? I'm imagining yes. He's wearing an apron too. So maybe he's a steward? I don't think he's Indian. He could be the bosun or an unknown steward. I think that's reasonable. She is alive. We don't know where she is. We just know that she's alive. And we're going to say that she's at the Canary Islands for now. And she's probably one of the two women who are passengers. So Miss Jane Bird or Emily Jackson. I'm going to guess that she's Emily Jackson. And then this is Miss Jane Bird. Also alive. Also on the Canary Islands. And this is the unknown steward is what my guess was. Clubbed by our Witterell. Shot by a gun. So this is another topman. Who do I have even left in my topman list? An unknown one, Lewis Walker, Leonid Volkov. I'm gonna guess that he's Russian. Or he's an unknown topman. I don't think that's true, though. And then we'll say that he... I don't think he's Lewis Walkman, honestly. Maybe he's the unknown topman. You could try Lewis Walker, I guess. We don't know who killed him yet. The cook, we figured out. The butcher, we figured out. These four, we figured out. These guys are all working together. We figured out all of these people. Figured out who he was. Figured out who he was. This guy's probably a seaman as well. This guy might be one of the carpenters, actually. I think he is one of the carpenters. I think he's the carpenter's mate. What's the question mark mean? Oh. Fate validation? What's that mean? Wait, what? What? Don't tell me. If that was gonna give me a hint, I didn't want a hint. These two seem associated with one another. So my guess is that this is probably the bosun's mate, and then this is the bosun. And he dies after getting clubbed by someone we don't know. We'd have to go and review this memory. I need to find the carpenter. Don't know who this is. Let's leave this memory. Oh, who the fuck are you? Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a memory with the carpenter. I want to say that it's during... Man, let me remember. I think it's during the Unholy Captives. Sit out and take it below. What the hell is going on? What do you even know about these things, about the chest and your dead friends? What are you, what are these monsters? Where are they from? This is the guy who was translating for them. This is your fault. Talk about shell, very dangerous. Shell, what shell? And then he was being held by this guy. It's probably just a seaman. And he doesn't look like an Englishman. So I'm going to say this one for now. Oh man, I feel like this is so much easier than I'm giving it. John Davies' fourth mate. It's not the fourth mate. He's not the fourth mate. He is someone else entirely. He may just be like a fucking seaman. Maybe a midshipman. I don't think we know who this guy is anymore. Keep pressure here. John. You're all's fine, John. His name is John, though. That's the thing. John Davies. Is there anyone else that has John? John Naples. That's him. This is John Naples. So it is a seaman who shot the gun that killed this guy. It's not George. I'm just guessing, but if we go back to the end, this guy, we can just start kind of, there we go. Sorry, making pretty racist deductions, I feel. Okay. This game makes me feel a little bit bad because I'm like really making some some bold assumptions that have been validated, unfortunately. Okay, so now this guy killed our guy over here. No, it was the murder, so chapter 3. Here. So this guy was killed by... Oh, fuck. What was his name? Henry Brennan. Okay. Oops. Okay, so this guy was killed by Henry Brennan. Henry Brennan was... He also, like, killed another guy, didn't he? Who is this? Put me down, let me go. Easy now, you're in a bad way. The squid. Where is my Frenchman? The squid's gone, your mate was torn apart. Damn it. Is this guy Polish? Where's the bosun? Oh, yeah, so this is the bosun. And he... He just fucking dies. And some guy was torn apart. The squid. Squid's gone, your mate was torn apart. So someone was torn apart. I need to go back and look at this guy. And also, this guy was killed by someone accidentally. Okay, okay. Let's go back up. And look at the cannons. I think that's up one more. And then we look at... Who's this guy? I don't remember this guy. Oh, right. Spiked by a terrible beast. This is probably not him. If he was not selected as an option, because this is pretty straightforward. We just need a name, and this guy just straight up died. So maybe he's a midshipman. We'll leave this blank for now. This guy's like trying to help him. I said that he's the carpenter's mate.
What's going on? Stay back. It's already over the neck.
They're not close to one another. But this could be the carpenter.
Come on, boss. No, get there. Hey, cat.
Can I hear this again? I want to see if he has like an American accent. No, we don't know who that is. I really want to find the memory of like the carpenter. How do I leave this memory? Who are you? Lars Lind, right? How do I leave? Ah, there's the door. That's not who I wanted to research anyway, so we're just getting distracted. No, I want to find the people that were crushed by this shit. It's like this guy. Yeah, so he got blasted. And this is the guy who lit it. And I think his name is Leonid Volkov. By Leonid Volkov. This guy, we know what happened to him. He escapes, I guess? No, he dies. Oh, this guy's lighting this cannon. Yeah, this is one of the big guys. Maybe he's not a topman. Maybe he's a midshipman. Could be the gunner's mate. Hmm. These are all just seamen. Let's look again at what happens here. This is 4. Which gun is this? It's this one, not that one. This is the one that he was lighting. This one... Okay, so it was not him. It was a different gun. I need to see how that one was set up. Okay, he's already dead. Let me see. Part 2? It's back here, right? Just get to listen to this guy's shit again. Alright, nothing's happening. Yet. Just gets crushed to death. Alright, so this isn't helpful. So now let's go to 2. Oh, that was 2. 1 is above deck, I guess. Yeah. So then this guy, I think, is the next one. This is 3. Yeah. So this is already on. I guess he lit it. So Abraham Akbar killed him, I think. Is there anything that would indicate he was the one that lit it, though, you know? Like, this is on the ground, but I don't think it's on fire. Unless this guy is the one that lit it. And this guy is the one that was loading it, you know? Because this looks the same as this. So maybe it was you. You killed yourself. I guess he can't be blamed. Christian Wolf. Gunner. No, you can't blame yourself for doing it. But this guy also could be it. Do we know who this is? No. We'll say that that's what happened, though. We know that this is Christian Wolf. Because he's the one that's ordering the execution. All right. And then this guy is this one, right? Yeah. Supposedly he's dead at this point. So I guess I need to see 4. So let's leave and look at 4 and see if we can find out what happens to that guy. Which is here. Can't go through either of those. This guy is blasted. I feel like this guy got taken out of the ship. Because where did he go? I can't see anything else that would indicate where this guy left, or like where this guy went. He's not through that hole. This is the guy who died previously. I'm gonna go back to him. He was definitely blasted by a cannon. But this guy, like, disappears. I wonder if he got yanked out of the boat by the Kraken. Let's see what we can write about that. For this guy. We don't know who he is, but there's no other explanation as to where he went. Because he's not through here. So he's likely out of the boat. But I can't see anything, you know? Maybe I can see something above deck? I could see that guy above deck, maybe? He's also killed by... Yeah, let's go up here. Why did I say this guy was a midshipman? I was just guessing. Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. Nice. I have done half of them. Very cool. Let's go up and see if we can do this guy. Where was it? Yeah, this guy. Okay. To see if we can see the guy getting, like, torn apart in the sea. Get to the main bit quick. Hold on, hold on. Any guys drowning? No. Can't see anything. Do I know who this is? If this is a midshipman, that guy might be a midshipman as well. When did he die? Tell Pete's mother I tried my best to pull him back to save him. Tell yourself, Brennan. Put him on. Let me check my list of crewmates. Brennan. Henry Brennan. Brennan, bring the surgeon, or to pull him back to save him. Tell Pete's mother I tried my best to pull him back to save him. Oh no, you're cut. Bear up, son, I'll stay with you. Probably one of these two. What was it again? Tell Pete's mother. Who's Pete? Pete Milroy. Yeah, so he is a midshipman. He could be Charles or Link, but we know about a Charlie. Is this the same guy in that memory? the cow memory? I think it might be. I think this is Charlie. We don't know how he was knifed yet. Okay. Yeah, we already know who this is. This guy's kind of a fucking badass. Yeah, this guy might be the bosun. Or... I don't know. Who's that? Escape part 5. What's this, you damn fool? They're like working together, trying to bring guns up, which is interesting. Because who would have access to the armory, you know? Okay. Who do I want to work on next? Let's see. We could go to the cow to confirm that that's Charlie. Let's do that. It isn't. So this is not Charles. This is... Oops. Thomas. And then this is Charles. Oh, okay. I think he was burned, is what we're gonna say, or spiked. We could say that instead. Not strangled. We'll do that for the time being. What's the butcher?
Here? Yeah. Come on,
Okay. So this is all the midshipmen.
You all right there, son? Never been on a farm, Chuck? Mind your shoes now.
I think this is the doctor. We could try Cape Verde instead. I need to remember where this took place, actually. So they might be Azores or Madeira. Madeira, rather. Probably not the Canary Islands. These are more likely. So let's say they went... there. We're going to try and do this for all of them. All right, it's not there. So let's try... Atlantic Island? You could also try Africa. He wasn't burned to death, he was spiked. Okay, so we can continue saying that the surgeon and that guy were in Africa, which means we... Alive Africa, and then alive Africa. We need one more person that we can confirm. Was knifed by an unknown attacker. Shot by enough the captain. Oh, okay. He was killed by that woman. Emily Jackson. And he could be this one instead. Or he may not be at all. I think he's a Russian, though. And I'm 90% sure he was killed by Emily Jackson. So we should be able to identify him. Let's go look at that one really quick. Let's see where he died, because I want to confirm that it was Emily that shot him, because I know that she killed someone. He died where? Behind me. Up here. I guess this one? That's him, right?
Last one. Move quick.
Oh, he gets stabbed. Oh, I see. Stabbed by one of these two. I need to hear this again, actually, because his accent will help me. Let me hear it again. Hold on. Oi, you'll not take the last boat. Oi. Let me hear it again.
Last one. Move quick.
You'll not take the last
We don't know that this is the bosun's mate. So this could be wrong, actually. We just thought that this might be the guy, but he may be the surgeon's mate. I just was assuming that this was the bosun. This also could just be a seaman. Since he's hanging out with that guy. Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, this is the bosun. This is who I said was the bosun, but I don't think that's true. This guy might be the bosun. And then this is not the surgeon's mate, but is indeed the bosun's mate. Where's the surgeon? It's the carpenter. May not be the carpenter. Maybe he's the bosun. I don't know. Anyway, let me look at this guy again. We can figure out who this guy was by making sure that we confirm that that's who she ends up killing. Yeah, it is her. Okay.
Go.
Yeah, that's Emily Jackson. So this guy, he may not be, maybe he's a midshipman. I thought he would be Russian. I don't think he's the topman, but what we can do is, yeah. Because we know that's the surgeon, he's alive. We don't know who that is then. And there we go. Okay. We should go to this guy now. See if we can figure out this. Fresh bastard. This is the captain. I don't think he's the gunner's mate anymore. I think he may be the unknown topman. Or maybe he's Scottish. Interesting. This is like the last crew. There's all these people. All right, let's go. Maybe we can look at chapter 10 again too. I also do want to see this. I should go downstairs and look at what happened to him. Alright, he dies here. So the escape part 4 is where we want to go. So let's go here. I'm guessing he got... So this guy stabbed him.
Mutiny! Mutiny!
shot with a gun by this guy. Not the bosun, then. Maybe he is the fourth mate? The third mate, the captain, the first mate, the second mate. So then this is the fourth mate. That's John Davies. And I think he is then killed by John Davies. And I think... Can we hear anything he has to say? So he's an Englishman. He's not Austrian. Don't think he's the surgeon's mate. Maybe he's the helmsman. He's got a hat, which makes me think that he's important. He's not French. Is he the surgeon's mate? I don't think so. I need to hear him speak. But I think he was stabbed by that same guy. He's stabbed by this guy. So once we figure out who he is, then we can figure out how he got killed. Yeah, so then this guy was beamed by Brennan. Was clubbed by Brennan. Mm-hmm. I said clubbed. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go back again. Don't think he's Indian. Don't think he's a steward. He might be the helmsman. Or maybe he's the purser? What did he say? We take ship and sail east to trade wretched fish and shells for gold. He could be the purser. We can confirm it if we can determine that this guy was killed by the purser. No. Like, this is a neat trifecta right here. We know that this is true. We believe that he's the fourth mate. Based off of his hat. Because this is the third mate. So it stands to reason that somebody with like a similarly shaped hat would be the fourth mate. I think this might be, instead of that guy, the fourth mate's steward. Do we know? So this isn't true. I think this might be. He's not wearing the same pants, though. Let's see if that's true, though. The fourth mate. The fourth mate steward. Because if we can identify that, This we know is true. And then we just have to figure out who this guy is. Nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It does make sense that he's the gunner's mate because he's standing next to him during that one scene. He's like crouched down. He's got a similar hat. Okay. Which means you were killed by Ola's waiter. We know that one. We know that one. We know that one. We know him. We said that this is the Nathan Peters. We don't actually know who this is. There were the guys of the card game too. We think that this is the carpenter. But this could be the surgeon's mate. Or the bosun's mate. Oh, this is the helmsman. Where is this one? Off the coast of the Canary Isles. I feel like this we said. Okay. We're going to say that they are live on the Canary Islands. There was the other Chinese topman, but we may have sorted that by now. Maybe not the Canary Islands. Maybe... Let's see. Where else could they go? Azores? I feel like the Canary Islands are closer. But we could try that. I think it would pop off if it were already true. No. You could say Africa again. Maybe that's where they wound up. No. Maybe the Atlantic island? There's not any real way for us to determine this, I don't think. Like where they would be with a reasonable degree of deduction, but I don't want to keep guessing. I feel like that's kind of cheap. I feel like he was... drowned by a beast. And this is the gunner. Maybe the unknown midshipman. Oh, right. we don't know who this is exactly. We think that it's a seaman, but maybe he's not. Maybe he's maybe he's the carpenter's mate. This guy just got like shot. This is the guy in the back of the portrait. He might just be the ship's steward, because everybody else is also a steward that's right over there, right? Right? Yeah. I think he might just be the ship's steward then. Yeah. He could also be an unknown steward, but we're going to keep him between these two. What memories is he in? Yeah, this one's so fucking annoying. His leg got chopped off, but maybe he... Who was it? That... I'll find John. 20 years you've been my steward. So maybe instead it's the first mate's steward. Or the captain's steward. I think we'll keep that for the time being. We have no idea who this guy is. I think he might be the carpenter. Now, I need to find the fucking carpenter, man. This unknown steward was decapitated by a terrible beast. This isn't the unknown steward. This might be the unknown midshipman. Or just a fucking generic-ass seaman. Don't think he's Russian. We need to find the memory of the carpenter. We haven't finished this one? Where's my Frenchman? So this is the bosun. And he died from... being poisoned. He may have just died of old age. I don't know. How did you kill it? A curse like that does not live for nothing. Captain, you should rest. I feel like maybe I need to revisit this. I don't think it's old age. He may have died from illness, honestly. Oh, wait. Yeah, we know that this is true, right? Yeah. And we don't know who this guy is. The unknown topman. This guy was here, like, in every important moment. He could just be a random seaman. I don't think he's Russian. Who can I focus on? This guy. We know that this is true. So we have one that's ready to go. We know that this guy's the bosun, but we don't know why. So we should go revisit his. Let's actually do that. We need to go find him and revisit why he died, if we can figure that out. Oh, his arm is missing.
Easy now. You're in a bad way.
It's the squid. Where is my Frenchman?
The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart.
Not that. The beast is...
So before he died, how did he end up here? In part 8, something happened to him. Is what I'm going to guess. If that's the case. It's definitely not terrible illness. Think by the captain. Or maybe he was pulled apart. Squid, where's my Frenchman? Hey, we don't know where these guys actually are. We need to see the carpenters. Past. I feel like this one's probably right too. We could just like start choosing all these. It's definitely not the third mate. Maybe he's the purser. I don't think he's a random topman. 4 memories. I think this guy's American. I'm sorry, but hold on. Oh, okay. I thought for a second I had accurately predicted this was eaten. Which one did I just learn, though? I think it was this one? Okay. So we still don't know about this one. So hold on. Let's go all the way to the start and review what we're missing. This one. On your toes, boys. He gets shot, I think, by the we need to go here. That's where we need to go.
How did you kill it?
Yeah.
It left with the storm. Captain came up with the hold. Said he chased it off.
Goodbye. In this room, out this window. So that's the second mate. Okay. So he gets killed by the second mate. By the second mate, not the first mate, the second mate. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I need to hear him say that again, because it did not sound... He had an accent. I need to hear it again. Who's this guy? Hmm. I feel like the Canary Islands is the best option. He is near the helm. How do I leave this one? I think he was drowned by a beast. I don't know which one he is, but I think he's just a seaman. We'll leave it unknown for now. Maybe he's Wei Li. I need to hear him speak again. Could be the unknown topman. Because it sounded like he had an accent. Alright, let me listen.
Go back there! Captain!
Slack the lifts and lower the boats! The whole crew will be on us!
Give it up!
Yeah. It is an accent. I think this may be Wei Li. Especially since he's trying to prevent them from taking her, maybe? I don't know. Okay. Now we're on to these two officers. I kind of want to go onto the ship then. To see if I can determine what happened to the second guy. Okay, so now we go memories, the calling. Oh, wait. Yeah, so this is where we go. So we need to go to the main deck. And it should be, like, right there, yeah.
There's no cause for trouble, boys. Get in the boat.
Surgeon's assistant.
Before I forget, you killed my brother. What? That was an accident.
This guy has a brother. Who did this guy kill?
Oh, shut
Yeah, clubbed by N. Peters. So this is N. Peters. So Nathan Peters is alive in the United Kingdom. Or the Canary Islands. We know who this is, right? Yeah, Nathan Peters is alive on the Canary Islands, we're gonna say. We don't know who this is. I see. So they're on a different boat. These three are going somewhere else. He's got a bunch of books. Is there any indication as to where they're going? We don't know where this guy is. Nathan Peters is alive on the Canary Islands, we're going to say. And then we're going to say James Wallace is also alive on the Canary Islands. Okay. But that wasn't who we needed to see. These are the people we need to see. Need to go further. Like the... not the sixth one.
Ahoy! Wait! Don't shoot!
We figured that one out. We figured that one out. There's like a beam of light hitting something there. Alright, I have to do chapter 3 for this one. This guy. Only accessible through another corpse. think he is a seaman. I'm gonna say he's Alexander Booth. Actually, George Shirley.
Give us a weapon! Shoot! Mike and I! Pick up the oars and row, you fools!
It's clawed by a terrible beast, and I think this might be one of the Russians. He might be, surely he might be Alexander Booth instead.
Keep course due east. You'll reach the Canaries in 3 days. You packed enough stores?
Aye, sir. Checked and loaded. Myself.
Good. Stay quiet and alert. If the wind picks up, we've no chance against
Yeah.
Obra Dinn.
Shoot ya! He wants them all!
I think he might have been drowned more than he was clawed, really. Yeah, I think we kind of know what's going on with these two.
It's up to Mike and I!
Aye, shut it up.
But we need... We need to look at what we have left. We know that this guy definitely was killed. I think he is Whaley. Because of his accent, he could be unknown. The unknown topman. It's not the one that I meant to do. And then instead of George Shirley, we do Alexander Booth. We swap this one back to... No. We just don't know about that one. This unknown seaman was decapitated by a terrible beast. Don't think he's Persian. Don't think he's a steward. He's wearing Didn't we determine? Oh, maybe he is the carpenter. No, we can find out who the carpenter is. I really do think that it's this guy. This could be the carpenter. He was where? Where did he spend his time? So he's definitely not. He may just be a seaman. Let's see this guy. Where was he? Didn't really have a dedicated location. Hmm. We don't know who this guy is at all. And then he dies here. I guess he also gets shot, right? Who shot him again? Abraham. We don't know who this is. I think he may be the unknown midshipman. We just don't know who this guy is either. I'd like the unknown topman for this guy, personally. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop here. Another 2 hours. A little bit closer. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can't count that many. However many of these I have done. It looks like I'm almost at 75%. So, if it's 60, that means I'm almost at 45. I think I might be at 42 out of 60. Not bad. Almost done. So, we'll pick this up tomorrow. For real. Yeah, thanks for watching. I am really enjoying this. This is pretty fun. Hopefully I'm vocalizing my thoughts. I feel like maybe I didn't as much this time, but I'm also sleepy and it's late. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!